Hello, my name is Dorian. This is Ashley Weston. She's a celebrity menswear stylist.
I'm
I'm the guy behind the guy, business partner, fiance, entrepreneur outside of this stuff.
co-founder of the channel.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the 8 tips for a better morning routine. Ash, I think the morning really sets you up for success or failure in your day on a day-to-day basis. And the more times you have a successful morning, the more times you have a successful day, week, month, and year. I'm a product of this, no question. When I started getting my French together about having a really good workflow in the morning time, I noticed I felt better, I performed better, and just all around everything was better for me. And so there is kind of a saying, I think, you were telling me this.
Yep, the morning maketh the man. And it's really...
That is not the saying. I mean, yes, the morning maketh the man, but I swore it was the morning maketh the day.
Okay.
There's a saying called the morning maketh the day, and I say that is 100% true, that if you set yourself up with a great morning routine, the day just goes better all around. I know a lot of other places online and channels use this as an opportunity to pitch you a bunch of crap. That's not gonna. No. We're about actually giving you information that's valuable, that isn't an excuse to make a video around a sponsored product. So we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna throw it out there right away because it drives me nuts because I'm interested in this stuff and it's like, oh, here's the 2-minute long sponsored message.
We want you to have a wonderful day.
That's the goal.
Week, month, year, and the most important thing is to start your day off right. So
let's get into it.
Let's
do it. All right. So the first tip is, number 1 is remove friction in the morning time. And by that, I mean almost the night before, you need to kind of set yourself up to hit the ground running. So layer your clothes for the day.
Oh yes, I do this all the time.
Yeah,
and you do this too. Yep.
Absolutely. Then you're not foggy-minded, having to make decisions on what to wear, not to wear, and you're not in the right set of mind.
And you don't have to waste time.
It's a time saver as well. Write down your to-do list of the things you're gonna take care of today, so then you don't have to like, oh wait, then your mind's immediately racing once you get up out of bed. Prepare your breakfast ahead of time if that's a big deal for you. The second tip is, and you actually taught me this one, I railed against this one for a long time. I've been a convert maybe within the last year or two, I think. Make your damn bed. I never understood the reason for it. It didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. For years.
Years he would not make the bed.
She would go to town and I would send her pictures of her bed and be like, look what I didn't do today. Almost like a kind of dig at you a little bit. But now I actually, when you're out of town or something like that, I make it every day and I actually feel better as a result. It's really weird. But you know what? I started drilling down and I actually looked it up online. This has been talked about kind of for many years now. I think it was like a general, I'll link the article below. It was a general talking about that if you don't make your bed, you don't have a good day. And I have to say,
saying, messy bed, messy head.
I kind of agree with it. So making the bed sounds stupid, and I was exactly the opposite way, but it really does help. Weirdly enough, you know what it is? It starts your day off with accomplishing something. As silly as that sounds, I would challenge you to try that for a week and see if you don't feel better. And then also, when you have to go in your bedroom or you look at it, you're like, wow, like it looks better.
It looks clean.
The third point is wake up early enough to have a rush and stress-free morning.
Man, this is so important. I feel like a lot of people...
You get it, but then you still don't do it all the time.
I know how much time to build into my morning to get ready so that I don't have to rush, but I know I don't have time to dilly-dally around. You like to give yourself a little more time.
Well, I build in that time. I schedule my day knowing full well I'm gonna take my sweet ass time getting up in the morning. I don't like being rushed. The days I do have to get up for a certain time, I set my alarm well ahead of time, so I actually have more time to do and be prepared for whatever I need than less time. Snoozing never works for me. If I snooze, I will not get up. I don't care. You were a snoozer like ridiculously. No, until we started dating. And I was like, you need to stop that right now because I'm waking up every time the alarm goes off. You are not. But you were a snooze button girl for a long time. Like you were like, no, it feels good. I get to go back for 5 more minutes. I'm all, good for you, but that's horrible for me because I'm awake. The next point is, it's almost like a ritual kind of thing. You can like do a little short meditation, go for a short walk, do some journaling. I like to do kind of like a 3 to 5 things I'm grateful for, it just makes you feel good. And I'm not talking about doing this while you're brushing your teeth, taking a shower, multitasking, not while you're eating. Don't do that, because when you start multitasking, your brain sort of kicks in and then it's just like starts revving that engine up. The goal is to kind of have like an on-ramp. And I think it's important to have a bit of quiet time for yourself, maybe 5 minutes. It doesn't need to be long. Maybe it's a couple minutes, maybe it's 20 minutes, just depends on what you are comfortable with, what you have time for. But that's really, really, really important to have that type of habit, because it's just like a resetting period and it's a really personal kind of thing. And I can't start my day without it, basically.
Number 5 on the list is to have a proper breakfast. You need to have something to eat in the morning to get you started, even if you are not a breakfast person. I don't want you popping Pop-Tarts or, some kind of crappy food in your body, because your body, what you put in your body in the beginning of the day is going to get you through the entire day. So it's really important that you just sit down and just like have your meal, even if it's 2 minutes. I literally will give myself about 2 minutes. I eat like a little small like instant oatmeal with my coffee. Even if it's 2 or 3 minutes that you carve out, it's really important that you just sit down and have that meal and not just like shove a bunch of stuff in your mouth and walk out the door.
The next thing on the list is to not check your phone. Listen, there's always going to be exceptions. You are so guilty of this.
I
is
can't
like
do it.
Alarm, look, Instagram.
No, it's not just Instagram.
Okay,
it's
email,
my emails.
email that
it's
too.
My emails.
If there's something critically important you're waiting for, or maybe you need to check your email just real quick for something, but then get off. Because the second, I've seen you do this, I do this too. Listen, I'm not perfect at all. Get up, I got an email I need to respond to right away. I respond to that email, then I scroll a little bit more. I'm like, I'll just check this one out. And it's 10, 15 minutes later, I'm like, wait a minute. I was like replying to like 10 other emails now. It's like, do those need to be done right at that moment? I would say 99% of the time the answer is no. So don't do that as long as you possibly can, because really you want to set kind of your important things you want to do that day, which is the next point, which is sit down if you can and set your like 2 to 3, I call them MITs, most important things, and set those things and really understand before I do anything else, unless it's an emergency. Again, there's always exceptions. Unless it's an emergency, do these couple things. This is how I've written a novel, 2 novels, kids books, other that kind of stuff. Large scale projects that take a lot of time and a lot of focus will not get done, at least for me, if I don't set it up to be done that day and set it up to be one of the first few things I do that day. And the 8th and final point.
Wait. Before we get into it, if you've been enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and hit that bell icon to be notified every time we upload a video.
A ring-a-ding-ding.
All right, now continue.
Okay. The 8th and final point is...
What is it?
Get the blood flowing.
Oh, yes, that is important.
Do a small set of jumping jacks, push-ups, squats, all of the above. Go to the gym if you really want to. It's really important to wake yourself up, but I think it's critically important to really get that blood flowing. And I noticed that I feel more awake without coffee. I'm really sensitive to caffeine, so I don't have too much coffee, and it doesn't really wake me up. It just is like,
jittery.
I feel weird. So I have to do the more natural ways to do it. So that is really, really important. You will notice actually a big difference in your mood, in your ability to tackle things, and your overall like awakeness for the rest of the day. It just, again, these things all help you have just a really smooth on-ramp to the day and just win it, basically.
Yeah, and just, start your morning off, incorporate a couple of these points, and then that way you can build up to all of these points.
That's right.
You don't need to wake up 2 hours. We're not asking you to wake up 2 hours before you start your day.
Yeah, be reasonable.
These don't take very long to do. So just take a couple and slowly integrate it into your morning, and you will see it will completely change the way you start your day in a more positive, more productive way.
Be a man, take charge of your morning, take charge of your day, go out and kick some ass. I believe in you, you could do it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.